Pepper spray deployed tonight outside the ICE facility multiple times. Confrontations between protesters and counter-protesters prompting police to make multiple arrests. Good evening. Thank you so much for joining us for K2 News at 11, everyone. I'm Barry Mangold. Tonight, our crews have witnessed officers take multiple people into custody outside the ICE facility. All of it following a peaceful afternoon where tens of thousands of people demonstrated in Portland. For the latest, let's get straight to K2's Jennifer Singh, who joins us live from the ICE facility. And Jennifer, you reported that federal agents first threw pepper balls and tear gas into the crowd around 4:30 this afternoon. Tell us what you're seeing now.
Yeah, Barry, there are still several dozen protesters out here this evening, many of whom have been out here the entire evening, despite the rain and efforts by ICE agents to get the crowds to disperse. We're actually seeing those ICE agents come out right now. Just about 30 minutes ago, we saw them come out before, and that's when they deployed pepper balls once again. We will see if that happens again. Now, like you said, we first saw tear gas thrown into the crowd right when we got here at 4:30. Since then, we've seen tear gas canisters, flashbangs, and pepper balls deployed numerous times. Now, we've also seen multiple confrontations between protesters and counter-protesters, several of which led to arrests. So far tonight, Portland police say they arrested 3 people on charges, including assault, harassment, and bias crime. One person who lives nearby says he thinks social media is fueling some of the aggression.
Most of the conflicts I have seen break out here have been centered around influencers. And normally when I notice a fight breaking out, you can also see, if you're watching a stream, those stream numbers increase with the fight. It's the internet spilling out onto the streets at the excitement, in response to the rhetoric of the president. That's what's happening. That's the conflict.
Now, that resident also holding a sign tonight reading, quote, "Stop tear gassing my apartment in my neighborhood," saying he lives about 3 blocks away, but the tear gas being deployed on a regular basis is affecting his health. 2 other protesters told us about the moment they got hit with gas.
We're yelling at them, we're allowed to, that's our First Amendment right, and they just open the gates with 50 guys and just bum rush a random guy that literally was just walking, and they just tackle him, and because we're right there, we get sprayed. It's like, what was the point of spraying us? We didn't do anything.
The non-lethal force that they're putting out onto people for standing on the street and pursuing their rights as American citizens, it's not okay.
And now a lot of times we are seeing those pepper balls being deployed from on top of the roof by agents. And that's why our crews here and many others have these gas masks like this. You'd see the agents are wearing gas masks themselves. But however, not everyone has the protection that can keep up with the amount of tear gas we've seen tonight. We'll continue to be out here, see if anything goes down. Right now, we have not seen anything that we need to note right now, besides the fact that they're all out here this evening. I'll send it back to you, Barry. For now, live in South Portland, Jennifer Singh, K2 News.
All right, good update there, Jennifer. Thank you for that. Now we want to turn our attention to earlier today, where tens of thousands of people flooded Portland's waterfront for the second No Kings rally, protesting the president and ICE. As K2's Joe English reports, the event was loud but peaceful, and the biggest issue may have been when the rally became a march, blocking several Southwest streets for hours.
I'm not even going to try to estimate how many thousands of people, tens of thousands of people filled the waterfront Saturday afternoon, and they just kept coming all day long. You can see the trouble I'm having trying to navigate my way through this crowd.
It was a sea of faces, opinions, and creative costumes. There were speakers.
We will continue to resist with impeccable nonviolent discipline until their false narratives lose their sting.
And singers on stage.
Well, there's a heartache inside of me.
And in the crowd, a brass band going bananas. An artist captured his impression of the day on canvas, and for some, it was a family affair, not Antifa, just regular aunties. Here from Olympia to support their niece.
In Olympia, the biggest rally we've had is 10,000 people. So this dwarfs, this is amazing. It's exciting. We wanted to come down and pitch in with our bodies here because it's important.
You know, there's babies and dogs and cats and strollers. This is democracy. This is people in the street exercising our First Amendment rights.
Even Santa Claus showed up, threatening to go on strike, saying that's one of the easiest ways to get people's needs met.
The elves did this to me some time ago, and it was very effective. I gave them all the breaks they needed, as much as they desired. Mrs. Claus really let me have it that day, I tell you.
We'd heard rumors of counter-protesters roaming around. We looked and didn't find any.
There were like 5 or 10 who went down that way, but nobody's starting any nonsense. We don't want it.
In Southwest Portland, Joe English, K2 News.
And Portland police tell us officers did see a few verbal confrontations but did not make any arrests during the No Kings protests. And Portland was far from the only city exercising its First Amendment rights. Thousands across the country showed up for No Kings rallies in various cities. More than 2,500 of the anti-Trump rallies were planned for today. Rallies happened in New York, Kentucky, and Chicago, just to name a few. And in Georgia, tensions took a turn when witnesses say a man driving by took a protester's flag, pushed an elderly man to the ground, and then drove away. Overall, rallies remained mostly peaceful across the country. One trend that started in Portland and now has spread across the country is protesters showing up in inflatable costumes. Organizers call the movement Operation Inflation. The outfit gained popularity after a video showed an ICE agent pepper spraying a man in a frog costume here in Portland. Earlier this month, K2 Shelby Slaughter caught up with that man inside the inflatable, Seth Todd. He called the incident immature and excessive. Today, this is what other frogs across the country are saying.
I'm a leftist and I've never seen Antifa presence anywhere. So I think that these inflatable suits really provide juxtaposition between the explained violence and what's actually happening.
Some conservative journalists who cover Portland protests say the costumes mask violent extremism.